Ladies and gentlemen, what the world has been waiting for, what the world needs now, the one, the only, amazing, original, Johnny Blaze. Often imitated, but never duplicated. There's Johnny.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all to the original Johnny Blaze Show. It's great to be here as I blaze right in with my karate kick. Let's have a blazing hot fun time. Ladies and gentlemen, say when you meet the right person, you know immediately. That must be true because when you meet the wrong person, it takes about a year and a half to finally figure it out. Every relationship has its share of arguments. Whenever my ex and I get into a fight, I always manage to get the last word in. It went something like this. "You're right, I'm sorry. Please stop throwing things at my head." I once knew a woman who was obsessed with Walt Disney. After our first date, she invited me back to her place, and we watched Disney movies all night. And that's how I wanted to be treated, she said, like a princess. So then next night, I invited 7 dwarfs over to her place for a party. She's still not speaking to me. Right in the middle of the first date, this woman tells me, "If you know what, I really don't want to have kids anymore." I agreed with her. Neither do I. "Okay," she said, "all we have to do is find a place to drop off the ones I've already got." Women see marriage as the beginning of a beautiful adventure. Men look upon their wedding day like a fox surrounded by hunters, closing in for the kill. What's the difference between a wife and a girlfriend? About 3 hours and 2 counties. Women say, "I want a man who is strong, smart, sensitive, ambitious, and good in bed." Men say 1 out of 5 ain't bad. We have a blazing hot fun show with a special guest. She's a multi-talented choreographer, dancer, singer, and songwriter. Please give a big warm welcome to Kristen Schalk.
Hi.
Hi, Kristen. Welcome to my show. Welcome to the original, amazing original Johnny Blaze Show. How are you doing, Kristen?
I'm good. Is my connection okay for you?
It looks fine. You have a beautiful smile. You look lovely. Great to see you. Kristen, everybody has a most unique and exciting and different type of story in their life in entertainment. They have their own unique, unusual story. So please give me a rundown, Kristen, and tell me, how did you get started in entertainment?
Yeah, so I got started in entertainment at a young age. I actually started dancing when I was 7 years old. And I had no idea that it would just take me to a whole another level of where I'm at now. But I really got started when I was probably in college, when I was or right before college actually. I was about like 17 or 18, and I started going to a studio called Fusion Force Entertainment Academy back in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I'm from. And we were able to train with industry working choreographers. So we got a lot of amazing training from those types of choreographers, and they really inspired me to come out to LA. And they were like, if you really want to do this, you got to be out in LA, and that's how you make it happen. So I was really inspired by them, and I was a dance major in college at the time of when I realized, I really just had a strong passion for performing and dancing and singing and acting. So I just told my parents, I was like, this is what I really want to do. And so I didn't end up finishing college, and that's when I made the move out to Los Angeles.
Okay. So what is there about then, these activities, singing and dancing and performing and acting, what is there about it that really gets you really motivated and excited and really gets you going?
I think just being able to share that with other people and see like the excitement that it brings them when you perform, and it just to inspire people in general. to let them know that, you know, there's no limit to what you can do. It doesn't matter what age you are or anything. Like, you should just go for it, you know? Don't be scared to use the gifts, you know, that you've been given.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. That's for
Yeah.
sure. That's great. Well, any favorites now? Do you like them all the same, or is there anything that stands out? Any favorite of, you know, to be a choreographer, or a dancer, or a singer, or songwriter? Is anything?
Do you mean like which is my favorite or
Which
like,
is your favorite? I noticed you do a lot of, seem to do a lot of dancing and choreography. So what is? I don't know. What is your favorite?
yeah, well, you know, dance was my number one. It always has been. But the more that I've grown as a singer, I've really like started to enjoy performing and singing in front of people. And now it's like I don't really have a favorite. It's kind of hard right now because I'm dabbling in each one of them. So it's I don't know. I would love to do something that combines all three of them, and one day be in like a series or a movie that I can sing, dance, and act in.
That would really be phenomenal.
Yeah.
That would be blazing hot. That'd really be awesome.
Yes.
That's great. Oh yeah, wonderful. Anybody who's inspired you now in singing or dancing or choreography? Is there any? You have any people that you look up to that have really inspired you?
Yeah. Definitely. I always, I love music, so there's so many different artists that I listen to that inspire me like on the daily. Um, there's different like female artists, like I like a lot of like R&B and like R&B pop and hip hop and stuff. So um there's like Tinashe, and I like artists that can also dance as well. So like Chris Brown has always inspired me too, just because he can dance, and that's always been someone that I also like aspired to one day dance for, like backup dance for. But now I could see myself dancing for like there's artists like Dua Lipa or Doja Cat or different artists. There's so many. Justin Bieber even has always been like someone I looked up to, like musically too.
That's what I was just going
So
to mention. You just read my mind. I was just going to mention Justin Bieber.
really,
Yeah, isn't that we have the same wavelength there.
yeah,
I was thinking of that as you were saying it. That's great. What about Ariana? Oh, there's a lot of people, artists. Ariana Grande. There's Taylor
yes.
Swift. I mean, there's so many.
There's so many. Yeah, even like
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. No, that's. I have looked at you've seen quite a few videos. It looks like I say it looks like you like really get into dance and choreography. How do you get started on choreography? Of course, the dance, so setting up dance movements. How does that procedure? How does that come about? And
Mhm.
how do you go about doing that? What is your way of doing
Yeah.
choreographing? Yeah.
So with choreography, I like to, everyone does, I feel like, you know, different, everyone has their own way of doing it. But for me, I will turn on a song, and I like to record myself. So I'll set up my camera, just my iPhone, and I'll record myself just like freestyling to the music. So whatever comes out naturally, I like to see that first. And then I like to pick and choose, okay, I liked what I did there. Oh, I didn't like what I did there. But so I'll pick like certain parts of like what I did just naturally. And then I'll combine that with like actually going through the song like over and over again, and really like just coming up with moves like that work with the song, that I feel work with the song. So it's like a combination of just like freestyle, and then also choreography, and coming up with like counts and stuff that goes with the music. And yeah, it really takes like listening to a song and really like breaking down like the different like sounds you hear in a song. So like there's like lyrics that you can choreograph to, and then there's like the beats and the different sounds that you hear. So it's just all about listening to everything and making sure that you're painting that picture to go along with, the song that
So
you hear.
the beat and the music combined, right?
Yeah.
You feel the rhythm.
Yes.
I guess whether it be, I guess, an upbeat song or something that's slower.
Yes.
And you prefer, now do you prefer like more original type of music or more a cover or combined? What do you, when it comes?
I like to do, if I'm choreographing just something for fun for myself, it's usually, another artist that I really like. And but I actually had to do a project recently for a company called Ballet Pacifica, and they combine dance and education. They create videos for like video lessons online for kids that combine dance and education, whether it's like math or science. And so I had to choreograph for this song that was about symmetry, and it was like something I normally would never choreograph to, but it was honestly so much fun. The song was just like, it was just like, just for kids, just super funny and cute. So that was like a really fun, interesting project that I got to do.
I
And
like it. Yeah, it sounds like it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah, when you're going to do it, you may as well have fun with it.
Mhm.
You don't want to be forcing yourself. You want to do something that you could, I guess, feel the beat and get into the music and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one did have like it was very upbeat, so that made it fun. We made a cool dance to that.
Great, that's great. And you're a songwriter also. You write your own. Is it original or cover or combined? When you do your songwriting?
Yeah, I do. I do my own songwriting, and that's something that I've been working on. Even just yesterday, I had a songwriting session with my friend Michael and write it and stuff. So I love getting together with different producers or writers, and then we actually just talked about this yesterday, but because I still love doing cover songs too. So we're gonna record a little cover song next week, actually. So
Great. That's something to look forward to. You do a lot of music videos, I notice. You seem to do, you, God knows, I mean, it goes on and on and on. There's so many music videos.
yeah.
And,
Yeah,
what stands out? Is there anything in particular? I mean, you've done so many of them. Can you tell me some outstanding ones that you've done that you've really enjoyed?
Yeah. There's always a few that come to my mind that really like have been favorites. Like one when I first moved to LA, it was an amazing shoot. Just like the location was up in the hills in California, and it was at a big mansion, and they even had like a giraffe on set, which was crazy.
Wow.
So it was they went all out for this type of shoot, and it was for an artist named Snow the Product, and there was another artist that was featured in her song that I actually know of. I've listened to his music before, so like we got to meet him, and we danced behind both of those artists in the music video, and it was just so much fun, and definitely an experience that like I always think back on, and like wow, like that was such a cool first like legit music video that I got to be a part of here in LA. So I always think of that one.
That's congratulations. That sounds like a lot of fun, quite an accomplishment.
Yeah.
When you audition, I mean, of course, you go audition and you're going to see yourself doing it, of course, and get into the role and everything. How are you able to prepare, of course?
Right.
In anything.
With preparing for these auditions, the best thing that I've been able to do is just take classes. So training out in LA is like definitely important, because that way you're constantly picking up you're learning to pick up choreography at a fast pace, and the more you can get that down pat, that's like honestly like what will get you like pretty far in an audition, because they need to know that you can, like, you're able to pick up that choreography fast. And also just, yeah, so taking classes, and that just really prepares you for those auditions. And also because in LA type classes, you like at the end of a class, so you'll learn a routine, and then at the end of the class, they'll bring out the video camera, and so you got to be ready to perform. So they'll, like, in almost every class now, they film you, which is um, sometimes stressful, but also it definitely helps prepare you to perform in front of a camera. So you get like the choreography practice, like you practice getting choreography down fast, and then you also get practice learning how to perform. So I think that's really important too, and that'll help you in the audition process as well.
That's great, because you can see yourself, I guess, what you're doing correct and what you're not doing so right. And that's,
yes.
Seeing is believing. You can really learn the right type of things. If you're doing something wrong, you can correct it.
Yeah.
Right. If you ever found yourself at any time, any audition, how do you handle, like, anxiety and preparing? Has there ever been a time where maybe you forgot some line or something happened and it didn't quite go the way you had hoped or planned? Did you ever have that happen?
Yes, absolutely. I've had like a lot of because I used to go to like these big cattle call auditions
Right.
to try to get like an agent, and they were just super stressful, and I would always I wasn't as confident back then as a dancer, I think. So I think I've gained a lot more confidence in myself throughout these past years living here, and because that's another thing, you just have to go in it with like that confidence.
So how did you get your confidence up? I mean, maybe you were nervous and stressed at first, but then you were able to somehow, what they say, practice makes perfect. How you were able to turn it. It's like you're turning your scars into stars. You're turning things around. So how are you able to do that to get your confidence?
Honestly, just continuing to train. So it definitely didn't come easy for me, but like, and then realizing that, you know, you don't have to be like, you don't have to be perfect. Like, not, you got to remember not to put like stress on yourself, like that pressure to be perfect, or to like, also remember that you're not doing it for other people. You got to remember that do it for yourself, and don't do it to impress anybody. And I think that will really help you as long as you're staying focused with what you need to get done, then that will help you just, I don't know, bring out that confidence.
That's great.
And, yeah.
That's really something. Yeah, so you've done a lot of training classes. You have worked with some professionals. I've noticed there's about 3 different people. I think there was a Chuck Maldonado, I think was one, and then there was a few other ones. There was, I think, a Drez. What their backgrounds are, and exactly what, how you've been able to, meet them, and what kind of help have they given you, and a little bit of everything.
Yeah, so I got to meet Chuck Maldonado actually when I was I was a teenager still. Yeah, I was probably like 16 or 17. He was hired to choreograph for a boy band that I was dancing for at the time. And I started dancing with them at the studio that I started. I auditioned for them at like, 16 or 17 years old. They chose me to dance for them along with like 5 or 6 other dancers. And their dad hired Chuck to be their choreographer. So Chuck came in, and he just choreographed like all of their songs, and we got to work with him, which was amazing because at the time I don't even think we really realized like who we were working with, like how big of a deal that was. But he's choreographed for so many different movies and TV shows in LA. And
really, what are some of the movies and TV shows that he's choreographed for?
So he's done like Stomp the Yard, which is a big dance movie. So he's choreographed for like this TV show, So You Think You Can Dance. He's done one or two of the Step Up movies, the Step Up series, those dance movies. And
Wow.
yeah, he's done quite a few things. I think he's even choreographed for. I know he's done like there's a movie called Shark Tale. There's
Oh,
so
yeah.
many different things. I'm pretty sure he did like Dream Girls. Um, yeah, but
Wow, he's done some top productions, yes.
yeah,
Definitely a success, yeah.
he loves like that's his like passion is like TV and film. Like he loves choreographing for that type of stuff.
That's great. That's really hot. Really something awesome. There was Trez Reed now.
Hmm.
That's another person that you met. Tell me
Yeah,
about him. And what he
yeah.
does is,
So I
yeah.
met him kind of same situation as Chuck. I was dancing for an artist in Charlotte when I was younger, and Drace happened to be hired by that artist's dad as well. So, so their dad or his dad, um, whereas Chuck was flying back and forth from LA to come like choreograph for us, but Drace was actually in Charlotte. He had moved back because he's originally from uh, Charlotte, but he lived in LA for like years dancing for almost every artist. He was like one of the most booked dancers. Like he danced for Michael Jackson on the This Is It tour, um, Whitney Houston, basic Chris Brown, like so many different artists he's danced for. So
That's great. Yeah, that's something.
yeah, so it was really cool like getting to learn from him because I feel like between him and Chuck and everyone else that I trained with in Charlotte, like they were really who helped mold me into like the dancer that I am today.
It sounds
And
like it. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that's like a lot of like where my main training came from was them. And that just I don't know. I I'm so thankful that I had them because yeah, they taught me a lot.
And there was someone else who was, I think he specialized in vocal training. Was it Michael? I don't remember his last name. Michael something.
Yeah, Michael McClooney.
Nakuni? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. McClooney. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a vocal coach, right?
Yes.
And how did you meet him? I'm
He
sure
was
you.
like he was a voice coach actually at the same dance studio that I was going to at the time. And he also sometimes well, he's an artist himself, so I just met him like at the studio because he would be giving voice lessons there. He would be rehearsing for his own shows at the dance studio at the time. And I actually got to dance in like one of his live performances he had. And that was before I even started singing with him. I was dancing with him a lot just because he was always at the studio. He even he would help assist Chuck with our rehearsals for the boy band that I was dancing for. So he was kind of like he had all sorts of different jobs that he did, but he kind of helped manage the boy band a little bit too. And so, and he was their vocal coach. So he was their vocal coach and he helped them a lot. So that's how I got to know him was really through that boy band that I danced for. And anyways, once I started taking voice lessons, I was like, you know what? This would be perfect to take some vocal lessons from him. And he really helped me a
He
lot.
probably helped you at sound and vocally, probably improved your range. Are you a soprano or are you an alto or?
I'm both. Like I think, but I'm definitely more a soprano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And probably teaching you about, I know I took lessons myself in the past, so I need, you don't use your throat, you use the diaphragm going up and down the scales. Oh yeah. And so I'm sure he taught you the breathing, proper breathing techniques and everything. That's
Yes.
phenomenal. That's really something. What do you think about now? What do you think of that's no, that's really. There was also somebody by a name of I think is it a Ken Stacy? I think that's another vocal. There was another vocal coach that you had,
Mhm.
right?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. Yeah, Ken.
And how did you meet him? Similar to how you met the others?
Yeah, so actually, my friend Bruce, that you know of,
Oh, your publicist? Yeah.
yes, yeah, Bruce actually was somehow connected to Ken Stacy. Anyways, he connected me to Ken, and that was when I first moved out to LA. And so I just started taking lessons with him, and like he's worked with Elton John, and also I'm pretty sure he worked with Michael Jackson too, and he was
Really?
also a voice coach on American Idol. So
This is something to be really proud of. You're just by you networking and meeting all these people and getting training, that's success. Because not everybody can say that they've had these experiences. I commend you and I salute you. Well, that's really something. And now, of course, it sounds like to me, of course, some people in the business get managers, some get agents. You apparently don't have a manager. You have Bruce, the one that I spoke to. And how did you meet him, and how is he? It sounds like he's really helping you in the business of entertainment. How did that come about? Meeting him and hiring him and having him help you in different aspects of entertainment.
yeah, so I got to meet Bruce actually at a talent convention that I was at. It was called Talent Inc. and I think I was in college. I'm pretty sure I was like 20 years. Bruce was there. He had his like little booth set up for his for what he does, and like his podcast and everything like that. So we got to talking to him, not really even knowing, we didn't know him, but we just got to talking to him, and he shared with us what he does and how he helps like young artists and stuff like that. So yeah, we just made a really good connection with him, and kept in contact with him, and then he yeah, we just reached out and have been with him ever since. So
That's great. Well, I know he helped arrange the interview. Because of him, I was able to connect to you to have this interview. But I'm sure he's probably done many other things for you too.
oh yeah,
You can tell me some of the other projects and other things he's helped you with, and I guess as a publicist to publicize their clients.
yeah, like especially like this interview right now. He helps me get all sorts of interviews. I've done other podcasts because of him, him reaching out to other people, and he also has been a big help in just pushing me out of my comfort zone when it comes to performing as a singer, because whenever he visits LA, we go out to he makes me go out to open mics, and I used to hate going, and
Really?
yeah, I used to be so like shy and timid as a performer to get up
Yeah, it's
and
hard to
sing.
believe now. It's hard to believe because you're so positive and outgoing now. It's hard to believe you were that way, but yes, that can
It
happen.
is. It honestly is. It's crazy because in the past, I would have never like gotten up to sing in front of people, but
Yeah.
just throughout the years of, it, and also just continuing to train in singing lessons and stuff, that has helped that confidence too. But as far as like performing in front of people, Bruce really like pushed me to go to these open mics, and he was like, let's just go to a couple, and it's nothing serious, they're just open mics, and that like really helped me get out of my comfort zone too. So
Wow.
he's definitely helped a lot.
That's great. Well, you're fortunate to have that because you have the right type of person who is promoting you and pushing you in the right direction. You're on the right track there, Kristen.
Yeah,
You really are.
and
Yeah.
he's continued to connect me with different people out in LA. I've met like another voice coach of mine. Her name is Lana. She goes by Lana Love,
Really?
and he connected me with her, and she was actually the person that got me into songwriting. So I didn't really know much about songwriting
Yeah.
until I met her, and yeah, so he helped connect me to her, and
That's great. So now you're learning about songwriting. Now there's some kind of a thing, a society for songwriters, NCIS, I think it's something like that.
oh
Is that
yeah, NSAI.
NSNS? AI. Okay, that's
Yes.
it. And that's some type of society for songwriters, I think, isn't it?
Yes. Uh-huh. It's based out of Nashville, but they have like different chapters around the country, and there's a Los Angeles chapter that I was going to. I was a part of that like all of last year, and yeah, so that actually that helped a lot too, going to
Awesome.
the meetings, and just it kind of pushed you to like, you know, write, come up with a song like each month, and then present that to, you know, a group of people, and we would all help each other just by giving constructive criticism and stuff. So
That's great. You're networking right there too. You're meeting all kinds of people. You're seeing what works and what doesn't. You're
mhm.
probably being videotaped and everything,
Yeah.
and I guess if it's good, fine, and if they teach you probably how to make it better, you
Yeah.
know, and so yeah, maybe you never know. Maybe you'll have a hit song one day. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. What do you think now? What do you think about your opinion on the different reality talent competitions like So You Think You Can Dance, World of Dance, America's Got Talent, of course American Idol. I mean, there's so many of them. What's your opinion of those type of shows? Have you do you watch them, or what do you think? Is it something you consider you might consider?
I think they're great. I think they can really help, um, you know, people's careers just take off, and it's great exposure, and you obviously you make so many good connections with, you know, forming those relationships with the judges, and yeah, I've it's funny because I actually tried. I auditioned for American Idol like
You did?
when I first started singing, and that was like it was this audition in Atlanta, and luckily my I was able to skip the line. There was a huge, you know, tons of people at this audition, but I had like a fast pass or whatever to like skip the line. Anyways, I didn't make it
Oh,
clearly, but that was like when I was not as confident, and
I
I feel
see.
like it can definitely like there's a lot of benefits though that can come from being on that show for sure.
I,
And yeah, I actually
so,
haven't. Sorry.
yes, excuse me. Would you consider doing it again, or doing any of these other shows like World of Dance or So You Think You Can Dance? Any of these? Yeah.
Yeah, I used to want to be on So You Think You Can Dance, like when I was younger. I thought that would have been cool. But now I don't really have like I don't really care to be on So You Think. Although if the opportunity were, you know, if someone were to reach out to me through social media, I would definitely not say no to that.
I
Um,
see.
but yeah, I'm always like open to those types of things. But yeah, I haven't really thought about auditioning for them recently.
Or
But
what about American Idol or America's Got Talent? Are those, what are your opinions on those shows, and would that be something you might consider ever exploring? I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, if I did, I would definitely do American Idol if I had to choose.
You prefer American Idol over the America's Got Talent? What is there
Yeah.
about it? What's there about it that is more appealing between
Well,
the two shows?
I honestly grew up watching American Idol more, so it just feels like I don't know, like I know that show a little bit better than America's Got Talent. I wasn't as into America's Got Talent.
I
So,
see.
yeah, so American Idol just feels like more like I don't know, just comfortable, like a more like it feels like home kind of when you watch it because I've been watching it since I was little. But yeah, and then I feel like for America's Got Talent, I don't know, I feel like they do a lot more like it's not just singing. Like I feel like you have to do something that's like crazy to like get their attention. So
Right.
American Idol would be
Yeah, I
good
think
to just focus
you
on.
want it. Looks like they're looking for something that's commercial that gets people's attention and is unique. They're not going to take just anyone, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to do
I tried for America's Got Talent. I spent 5.5 hours at Pasadena Convention Center, and it was exciting but nerve-wracking. But I had a good song. But they sounded like they might be interested, but I never heard from them again. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world.
great. That's
Just because
awesome.
you audition it and it doesn't happen doesn't mean you don't have talent. You're just not. How do you deal with? It's not an easy business, of course. Show business, that's for sure. It's very appealing, very exciting, but you know, how do you deal with disappointment and rejection? How are you able to handle it? Because some people have a hard time dealing with that, you know, in anything, of course.
I know. You have to just remember, kind of like I said with the audition process, like, and like you just said, even, it doesn't, you can't take things personally in this
Right.
industry because you'll go to an audition and sometimes it's not about whether like you could be an amazing dancer, but they might just not be looking for your type. Like they might be looking for someone
Right.
taller or skinnier. You know, you never know what they're looking for,
That's
and so
true.
you can't take that type of thing personal. And also just whatever's meant for you will, you know, is meant for you. So
That's true.
if you don't get a certain job, maybe you didn't. I always think, you know, I always believe everything happens for a reason. So I think, you know, it's okay. You'll get another job that's actually meant for you, and maybe it's going to be better than that
You're
one was.
right. I was just thinking the same thing, like you do. If it didn't happen, hey, maybe it happened for the best. So you didn't get one particular audition, something better is going to come.
Exactly.
So, you know, I didn't get that. But hey, I'm hosting my own talk show now. I love doing this. I truly love doing this, and so this was my documentary. That was my dream in my documentary to host my own talk show. So I'm actually doing it now.
That's
That's
cool.
fun. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. You always can, if you want to check it out sometime. My documentary, it's on Amazon. You can either download it or you can rent it. You know, they don't have a DVD anymore. They used to, but it's called Gong, not Gone, but Gong, G-O-N-G, but not forgotten.
Okay.
The original Johnny Blood story. Former Gong show winner, which I am, and Elvis impersonator, which I am. Stripes to host his own late night talk show. And my co-star played Mr. Belding, the principal, in Saved by the Bell, Dennis Haskins. And you've got True Don Blue from the Gong Show host is in there, and also Joey Carbone, the musical conductor. So it's quite a story, and it is. Yeah. Nice
Yeah.
review and like it. Yeah. So so I'm proud of that. You know, not everybody can say they have a documentary. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Right.
That's
Well,
amazing.
um, yeah, you have such an interesting background. You know, whether it be a choreographer or dancing or singing, you have so many talents. And I guess you've also dabbled in acting too. Can you tell me some of your? Have you done any commercials or done any acting? Tell me about some of the things that you've done on those.
Yes. So, um, I can't wait to do more with acting. I'm like really excited to see where acting takes me next. But, um, like some of the things that I've done so far, like recently I got to be in a little like short film that my friend actually she wrote and directed and choreographed it. So she asked me to be a part of it, and she had me send in a little self tape, and I played the role of this girl named Katie, who is like a kind of like a stuck up like artist. She's an artist, she's a singer, and kind of just like a diva. And it was a really fun role for me to play and like tap into that character. So I had a lot of fun with that. And that was very recent. That was this year, like a couple months ago, and it just came out actually. So I'll have to maybe send you that and
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
yeah,
That'd be cool. Yeah.
some
That
acting.
sounds really neat and exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Any commercials? Done any
Well,
commercials at all?
not yet. Because I've been so focused on dancing and
I
singing,
see.
I feel like I that's why I'm so excited to just do more acting now because I would love to be in a commercial or anything.
Like you say, there's no end to your talent, is what it sounds like. From being a choreographer to a dancer to a singer and to songwriting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
phenomenal. That's really something. That it is.
Yeah.
I was wondering now, the Macarena or the twist, or even um, do the that with the arm, it's a certain kind of it's a dance thing with the arm movement. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of it right now.
I'm sure I know it. I can't.
Um, I'm trying to think of it right now. Doing that done all that time. Hand jive, that's it. Hand jive.
Mhm.
Hand jive, hand jive, hand jive. Doing that great hand jive. There's so many different dance crazes that there's limbo. I mean, you name it. There's all kinds of them, and those were really something. The Macarena. Would you ever think about possibly trying to do an original um, dance, which who knows, maybe could become a craze in the future? Is, was that something you might think of doing? And if you did, how would you go about doing an original dance?
Yeah. So what's kind of cool now is that because I'm sure you've heard of TikTok, and
Of
because
course,
yeah,
yeah.
right? TikTok has just blown up. So now it's like you can go on TikTok and create a dance of your own to any song you want,
Hello?
and who knows, it might end up trending. So then that way, that's kind of making you up your own.
Right.
That's like the version of like that's kind of today's like Macarena is like now people create these TikTok dances and they go viral. So I mean, it's cool because I've gotten to work with an artist last year, and I created like a dance for his song, and it was really
Oh,
cool to just watch certain people even do my dance. Even that to me was just like wow, like other people are on the internet dancing to my choreography and stuff. So stuff like that, I could definitely see. You know, I wouldn't mind doing more of that. But yeah,
I think that would be fun. Imitation is the highest form of flattery to get people to imitate you, what you're
yeah,
doing. You have fun with it, and they try to copy you and just be like you.
right?
Right, right. Just be yourself. That's all. That's what counts.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, like Ricky Nelson said in the Garden Party, if you can't please everybody, please yourself. And nobody pleases everybody, even the greatest artists, whether it be Michael Jackson or I think there was always people loved him, and then there's some people that just didn't. But that's okay. More people loved him than hated him. That's for sure. There you go. Let me ask
Yeah,
you, if you had to do,
definitely.
if you had to do this, your career over again, uh, would you do that in your life? Would it be anything different, or are you pretty content and happy with what you've done so far? Or would it be different, your life and your career?
Hmm. Um, I don't think I would do anything different. If anything, I'd probably focus a little bit more on acting too. And and I don't know, probably just if I could go back, I would just do more of like what I'm already doing now. Like I feel like I'm very like focused now, and um I wouldn't take anything away of like the experiences that I've had because I feel like
That's
they've all,
great.
molded me. But I would definitely just I always feel like I can do more. And I feel like a lot of people get that way, like they're like, "Oh, I'm not doing enough." Like I just yeah. So if anything, I would want to do more like singing and acting. Um, yeah.
I see. And is there any present projects that you're involved with, or any future dream projects that you have that you really love to do, besides doing anything presently? What are some of your plans now, and any plans for the future? Anything you really want to do?
Yeah. So something that I really want to do is release my own music and just have like really amazing music videos to those songs. So that definitely it just takes I just gotta save up my money and because I would love to just really invest in like just creating amazing like art with my music. And I love like doing music videos and stuff. So just I want to be able to put out like well done music videos where I'm dancing, where I'm full on like performing in them. And um yeah, so that's definitely in the works. and then also my business with my teaching. I have my own website. It's called Choreo by KD, giving lessons to kids and teenagers and even some adults that I give
Can we
like
give
private
lessons?
lessons
So
to.
you're a teacher then. Do you teach dance or choreography or singing or songwriting? You teach all that? Wow.
So with my business, right now I just do dance lessons. So I just do like choreography and stuff.
And you do it, of course, it's been, of course, because of the pandemic, but now things are starting to open up now. How have you been doing? Have you been doing it more on the internet, or are you starting to get jobs now in person more?
So it's mostly still through online right now, but
Right.
I'm always like open and available to do in person too. And I actually do have some people that I teach in person, so that's been fun. But yeah, it's been mostly online right now, but I love doing both.
It sounds very rewarding. It sounds like fun, profitable, and rewarding all at once. So you love what you're doing. That's great.
Yeah, I really do.
I can see it. I can feel it. Just by your smile and by your enthusiasm. That's for sure. The teaching now. How did you? Okay, you must have gone to school probably to learn how to teach. You must have taken classes and everything.
So I went to college for a couple of years as a dance major, but we didn't like it wasn't like dance education or anything, where I was taught like how to teach, but just going to the dance studio, like growing up at the dance studio, we were always like around choreographers constantly, and we just learned how to teach, and we also were like kind of thrown into that at a young age. So like at the summer camps at the dance studio, the owner would have us teach the little kids, and so he had me teaching the younger kids, and then once I got like older into college, I also taught other classes. Like I taught the teenagers, and I had like an adult class that I would teach sometimes. So he was the owner of that studio was really trying to help grow us into choreographers too. He really helped with that. So
That's beautiful. That's really
yeah.
something. Yeah. So between your teaching, you're busy between teaching and between dabbling in acting, songwriting, singing,
Yeah.
dancing, a little bit of everything. You're you're they say you're a Kristen of not just one, but of many, many, many talents.
Good. Thank you.
That's why I say you're multi-talented, along with the smile and the warm, friendly personality that you have that goes along with it.
Thank
So
you.
you have a very, very busy and interesting schedule, all evident in your enthusiasm and your happiness and your personality and smile.
Good. I'm glad. Glad it's
That's
that
great.
good.
That's great, Kristen. That's really wonderful.
I
Anyway, let me ask you, how can people, if people want to find out more about you, how can they reach out and find out more about you, Kristen?
Yes. So you can find me on my Instagram is Kristen. It's sorry, Kristen. I'm like, I'll just spell it out for you too. But yeah, so it's Kristen, 2 underscores, and then Dawn, Dawn. So Kristen, 2 underscores, Dawn.
Two underscores Dawn? Okay,
Yes.
Kristen.
And then that's my Instagram, and my website is choreobykd.com. You can find me there for any lessons. And then my YouTube, just type in Kristen Schalk. Schalk is my last name, so it's
Schalk, Schalk, right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's my YouTube, and then Facebook is the same thing. It's Kristen Schalk. So yeah.
So that's great. So there shouldn't be any problem for people to reach out and find you if they want to.
Right. And same with my TikTok and Twitter too. I forgot to mention those, but
oh, you've got TikTok and and your website. And of course, you have so many things on there, so many videos, music videos, and you name it. I've seen some cover songs too. So you do. Once you did Elvis's "Can't Help Falling in Love." You did that. You've done some other. You did it beautifully, of course. You did some other cover songs. A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
All right. So that's fantastic. I mean, so there's anything that you haven't done that you might want to consider possibly going forward in your career? You've had a very interesting life so far, Kristen, Kristen Schalk. But is there anything that you haven't done that you might think you may want to consider doing?
Honestly, I think I mentioned this, but definitely I would love to be in like a movie where I could dance, sing, and act and do
That would be
everything.
phenomenal. Well,
Yeah.
that would be beautiful. Triple threat. That's right.
Yes.
So maybe you can be a lead actress and do everything.
Yeah, I would love that. I think that would be amazing.
Great. And it doesn't matter what kind of I don't know, what could be a drama, or it could be romance, or it could be,
Yeah.
Does it matter to you?
Oh, it honestly, I think something like I love like rom-coms, stuff like that, and yeah, or a drama or a romance. I'm open.
I see. Any favorite? Let me ask you about, as far as you love about movies. Any particular movies that you have seen or you like, or that you really love?
Yeah. I'm thinking of like musicals right now, kind of, but like I loved like Footloose. I thought that was such a fun movie, and the dancing was awesome. The newer Footloose, and then just growing up, like School of Rock was always one of my favorite movies, and I loved like the music in that movie too. I just
Cool.
anything with like music or
What about Grease? Did you like Grease in the past?
yeah, yes, definitely like Grease. Yeah.
Any other musicals like, well, Oklahoma? There's Oklahoma. There's Sound of Music. I mean, there's so many.
Yeah, Sound of Music. Definitely love that movie. My mom was the one who put me on with that movie. That's like one of her favorite movies. We always watch that. And then Dirty Dancing. Love
Oh
that
yeah,
movie.
Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. That's
Yes,
phenomenal. Oh yeah,
love it. Love it.
so many. Oh yeah, Mamma Mia. There's so many. There's so
Yeah.
many musicals. Oh yeah, they're phenomenal. Or Mary Poppins, or you name it. There's
Mhm.
Oklahoma. There's a lot of them. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The Music Man. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, a lot of great movies too of the past.
Mhm.
You've got email. You've got mail. You've got email. Yeah.
Mhm.
Or Love Story, or Romeo and Juliet. I mean, there's so many.
I know. I
They
love
don't
like
make them like they used.
yeah, I love like The Notebook, like I'm just like a sucker for the romantic ones. Like
Oh, they're
so
beautiful. Oh,
yeah.
they really are. Forrest Gump. Oh yeah. Tom Hanks is phenomenal. Really something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can go on and on and on. Yeah.
There's
Well,
so
I really have thoroughly enjoyed talking to you. You're you're talented. You're beautiful. You're versatile. You're very interesting, and you've got it all going on there, Kristen. You really do. So, I want to say, just keep on smiling. Keep blazing those trails, whether you're singing or dancing or choreography, or writing songs. And if they don't like you, well, there's something wrong with them, right? Okay. All right.
Thank
No
you.
business like show business. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being my guest, Kristen.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. This has been so much fun talking to you, and you have a great show.
I thank you very much. And if you want to see anything more about me, go to my entertainment website, johnnyblaze.com. Okay, the original Johnny Blaze. And I have a YouTube channel, of course, also, the Amazing Original Johnny Blaze Show. You can check all that out, too.
Yes.
But like I say, it's a pleasure. And so as I wrap this up, I want to say to all my fans and friends, always keep a smile on your face and a song in your heart. Happy trails, and blaze out.
If you would like to be on an entertainment talk show, please send us an email at amazingoriginaljbshow@gmail.com. All of our guests will receive a complimentary DVD of their appearance on the show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing, original Johnny Blaze has just left the building. Good night and God bless. Mwah.